Everything you thought you knew about text marketing is about to change. For every dollar spent on text marketing, on average, businesses are making back $71. That's 71x return on ad spend. And I'm here to tell you, sorry, but gone are the days of just simply sending out a promotional text message without having compliance. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what I mean by that and why you are no longer going to be able to send out text messages the way you were before. If you do not pay attention to this video, you're no longer going to be able to send out any promotional text messages whatsoever. Every year, SMS marketing has accounted for billions and billions of dollars of companies' revenue. It is one of the most important aspects to marketing that there is for your business. And because of new regulations from the US, if you are not registered and if you are not in compliance, you will no longer be able to send out your messages. So let me break down exactly what's going on, why that is, and what you can do to actually be on the good list and not the bad list. And if you stay till the end of this video, you're gonna be provided with a very easy way to get registered. So tune in, make sure you subscribe to this channel, make sure you like this video, and anyone that has a business or anyone that's thinking about promoting their brand more effectively, have them watch this video because it is extremely important. Now there are three major phone carriers here in the US: AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. And these three carriers are sick and tired of the spam messages going on. People phishing for your information, people scamming you. I mean, the other day I got a text message from Home Depot saying that I recently purchased something and to click this link to check out what I purchased, when I purchased nothing from Home Depot. And the spam goes on and on and on. People are literally just registering a phone number and sending out spam promotional text messages to get you to click links to steal your information, and the nation is absolutely tired of it. And because of that, they brought forth new regulations called A2P 10 DLC. Now typically the first question that people ask me is, what is A2P? And before I even answer that question, I'll put it like this. Let's just say that I pull out my phone and I shoot a text message to my mother. That form of text messaging is called P2P, or peer-to-peer messaging. That's basically where two separate people go and exchange text messages to one another. Now, it's different when businesses are text messaging people. That's essentially called A2P, application to person text messaging. That's when you're using code in your messaging to send out a massive amount of text messages to individual people. Now, what is 10 DLC? 10 DLC is a 10-digit long code number using a local area code. For instance, here in Orlando, Florida, we have the area code 321. So if I'm creating a business, it would be in my best interest to use a 321 business number to send off these promotional text messages to. If I'm in Atlanta, I would use a 404 business number to go ahead and send off these promotional text messages to. A lot of companies prefer these 10 DLC numbers because it gives it more of a real feel and it makes people feel less likely that they're going to get spammed. Now to sum it up, this is a system that allows businesses to send off A2P messages via 10 DLC numbers. These 10-digit long code numbers must now be verified and vetted in order to be able to send off these massive messages to all of these people. It's because the US wants to protect you, the consumer, from getting scammed. So from this point forward, these businesses can no longer scam you because they will not be registered for A2P 10 DLC. And you don't want to fall into the mix of those people that can't send off text messages, because that is a massive way to gain a lot of revenue within your business. Now, the next question that people typically ask is, okay, what are the benefits of registering for A2P 10 DLC? And it's quite simple. The benefits are that you're still going to be able to send off text messages to your customer base. If you don't do this, you will no longer be able to send off text messages. Another benefit of this is that you're now going to be able to have less filtering risks, which means that your text message will be delivered to the person that you're trying to deliver it to. If you don't register and you try and send off these messages, you are going to be charged fees even though the messages are not sending out. Imagine having a bill for $500 when you didn't even send out one text message because they got blocked. You don't want to fall into that boat. So you're going to want to pay attention to this video so that you know what to do so that you don't fall into this bucket. Now here's how registration works. There are two forms of registration that you have to complete in order to become compliant and be able to send off text messages. The first registration you need to do is the brand registration. The brand registration is basically you registering yourself as an authorized sender of these text messages. It basically verifies that messages are coming from who you say you are. Now, in order to register your brand, there's a couple key pieces of information that you are going to need. Number one, if you have an LLC or if you have a business, the first thing you're going to need is your EIN number. You're also going to need the exact name of your LLC or your business. Listen to me closely when I say this. The exact name of your business is whatever the name is that's registered currently with the IRS. When the IRS sends you that CP 575 form that basically verifies your EIN number, whatever the name is of your LLC or your business in that form is exactly what you want to use. Do not mess up any digit, do not mess up any period. It needs to read exactly, because if you fill out that information and it is incorrect, you will not pass registration and you'll have to do it all over again. You'll also need the exact address of your business as well. Just make sure you're filling out everything exactly as it reads with the IRS. Now, there is a fee associated with brand registration, but it is a fee that you cannot avoid, and typically it's under $5. The next thing you have to register is campaign registration, and we recommend utilizing standard campaign registration. Again, there will be a one-time fee of about $15 to $16 for this one, but with standard, you're able to send up to 6,000 segments per day, meaning that you could essentially send around 1,000 to 2,000 text messages per day, but it varies depending on the length of your text message and the types of characters you use, such as emojis and things like that. Now, the reason for campaign registration is because it ensures this whole ecosystem that you're actually sending out wanted text messages. Campaign registration essentially is you telling these providers the types of use cases you're going to be using your messaging for. And there's a lot of different use cases for every different business, and we actually have some templates available for you to download when you're done with this video. Now, there are many different use cases. Some of the most popular ones are promotional messages, two-factor authentication, appointment reminders, as well as direct marketing and promotions. And for each one of these use cases, you have to provide a sample message or use case for each one. Now, this is called TCR, or the campaign registry. Now, for your campaign use cases, what I have here is a document that allows you to essentially copy and paste exactly what to add here so that you can get approved. So number one, you have automatic form submissions right here, and these are the responses. So basically, you're going to let them know exactly what it is that you're going to be doing here. Same thing goes for confirmation messages, right? And it basically breaks down exactly why you're sending out confirmation messages. Also, appointment reminders. We have a template for appointment reminders as well, where you're explaining to these providers exactly why you're utilizing appointment reminders. Same thing with direct response. Same thing if you're sending off invoices, if you're doing direct marketing. Basically, these are all the explanations that you will need to send to them. Database activation, client support, internal notifications, two-factor authentication, notes, all of those different things we have provided for you. And all you're gonna need to do is click the link below to get access to all of these, okay? Now what they're gonna ask for are actual sample messages so that you can show them the type of messages that you're actually gonna be sending out. So in this one, we have a sample message number one. And you see here it says, hi, first name, this is the team member. This is where you would enter your company name right here. And right here is where you would essentially add the sample message. Same thing with sample number two. We have the same message for sample two here, and it's another use case that you can use as well. And then we have an end user consent message template that you can use. And this is basically going to explain to the providers that they are consenting you sending off these messages. And we have templates for each of these: website forms, chat widget, appointment bookings, text messages, email marketing, okay? We also have opt-in keywords, because they're gonna wanna know about opt-in keywords as well. So we have these opt-in keywords that you can send to them as well as a part of your registration. And we're just covering all the bases, regardless of the industry you're in. We want to make sure that the bases are covered for you. So we do have the opt-in keywords here, and we have the opt-in messaging. So this is essentially the message that you'll send to people initially that basically lets them know that they are now opting in and consenting to receiving your messaging. Again, we have templates for that as well. Congratulations. If you follow those steps, you're registered. If you're having any issues at all, you can message us below, and we have a team that can actually help you to get verified if you're using our text marketing software. Now, after you've been approved, that doesn't mean that you're out of the water and you can start just being non-compliant and think that you're gonna get away with it. No, no, no. You have to stay in compliance. If you do not stay in compliance, they will essentially block your phone number from sending off messages. So because of that, we do have some best practices to follow so that you stay on the good list and not the bad list. Number one, always use your business name inside of the text message you're sending. So you can say something like, hey, what's going on? It's Steven from Rich From Anywhere. What you've done in that initial sentence is you've added your business name so that people know who the text is actually coming from. That's very important. So always add your business name inside of the text message. Number two, always include some sort of opt-out language in every single one of your text messages. And I know the way that it used to be is like, oh, you only have to give them the option to opt opt out once, what we're finding after doing hundreds of these A2P verifications is that if you are not utilizing opt out language in every one of your messages, that could lead you to getting your number blacklisted. And we don't want that for you. So always have some stop to opt out language at the end of your messages. It's very simple to do. Just start getting into the habit of doing that in every message. Therefore, it'll signal to the big three, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, that you are compliant and you are giving their customers a way to opt out more effectively. Follow these best practices and you can reap the benefits of 71x return on ad spend by sending off the right text messages in compliance. I hope this video helped y'all. For those of y'all that stayed till the end, go ahead and click the link below to get access to those templates that I was talking about. I might actually throw a link up here somewhere so you can see that too. But click that link, go ahead and get access. And if you're interested in our software that helps you to do email marketing, text marketing, funnels, and a whole bunch of other things, go ahead and click the link below. We'll give you a free trial to check it out. But this is something that every business is going to have to do moving forward in order to continue to be successful with text marketing. With that being said, I'm out of here. Hope y'all have an amazing day. Peace and love.